Oh. 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 Oh, yeah. Yeah. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Uh-oh. They didn't let the cat out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? They didn't let the cat back out of the bag. They didn't let the cat back out of the bag. Oh. We're going to call these. We're going to call this a light show. We're going to call this a light show. Oh, yeah. The TikTok gods. They said that we need you, Zeus, out here on these murky TikTok streets. We need you, Zeus, because the content you're creating, it's not what they said it is. That's what they said. Thank you to everyone that helped do their job. I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to really test it to see if the skies are clear, as they like to say, because I don't get it. Yes, please put those blue waves in the comment section. We had an amazing live this morning. I delivered a blistering rebuke. Thank you for the blue waves in the comment section. The live, it swelled up. How many people were in there at one point? We got those numbers as high to the sky as possible. Greetings, Brother Swirvin. They reported Zeus on TikTok. They did. And they tried their darndest. And then, right as Brother Jones was about to get in the box and deliver a message, they took me down. Greetings, how are you doing, champion? Nice to see you. So I'm at a point now where what we're going to call this is, it's going to be called the pick and roll. I'm not going to be available to talk for extended periods of time. Greetings, Mel. Nice to see you. Swirvin, how are you doing? Is the box open? I'm not going to be able to talk much longer because I understand the message that I've been delivering. It's not sitting well with certain people because it's so honest. I was in a Snuggles live as a person in the comment section. What an echo chamber, number one. These folks are still trying to blame President Biden for the Afghanistan withdrawal, as if the information that they've been begging to get, tell us what the Republicans, we want to know the truth about what happened when you withdrew those troops. They got the truth and they found out it was President Trump's fault. It was President Trump's fault. All of that happened. Yes, please put those blue waves in the comment section. Okay. Let me see something. Let me see where I don't know where Snuggles is at. I wanted him to see me in rare form. Please send Snuggles an invite. Swirvin, they can't stop us, can they? You know what their thing is now? I go into his live. Listen, I can't stay long, folks. So you got to get this truth while we're here. Okay, because the closet of truth is no longer going to be a target practice, so to speak, for all of you to start your little mass reporting nonsense, all because I'm bringing the truth. So they think they got you, the Trump supporters. They think they got you. When they ask you, they tell you, you got TDS. They go, you got TDS. You hate President Trump, don't you? This is what they tell you. You just hate Trump. And I tell them, I don't hate him. I just think he's a great entertainer, terrible politician. This is what I tell the Trump supporters. No, you hate Trump. So then I flip it on them. Okay, fine. Do you hate President Biden? Since we're talking hate, you hate President Biden, right? They get stuck. They get stuck because they know they're supposed to be Christians and they're not supposed to hate. They know they're Christians and they're supposed to do what the Bible says they should do, okay, and follow the government that God has established in the United States. So, do you hate President Biden? Crickets. They telling me I hate Trump, as if, okay, if I hate Trump and that's bad, then you hating Biden is just as bad, right? So now it's the pot calling the kettle black. Swirvin, am I lying? Am I lying, Swirvin? I mean, Swirvin is another truth seeker, truth speaker out here. And we know this is true. Hypocrites is what we're dealing with. Hypocrisy. Not all Trump supporters are like this. Not all Republicans are like this. But the ones that are hardcore, super strong in the delusion, they seem to think it's okay to say you hate Trump. I hate having Biden. Just say you hate Biden then. Just say it. But don't try to call us out for hating Trump, even though we don't hate Trump. We just don't think he's fit for office, most of us. But if you're trying to call somebody out by saying that they hate President Trump, former President Trump, and you openly know you hate President Biden, the one your God has put in charge of these lovely United States, that would make you a hypocrite. Maybe stop. I don't talk about hate. I'm telling you what I heard in Snuggles Live. He's the strongest Trump supporter on the planet. No one I know is the strongest Trump supporter. It's Swirvin. Yes, I know this is true. Greetings, champion.
Good morning or good afternoon, brother Zeus.
Yes.
Let me just say real quick before you go any further.
Okay.
The closet of truth is a walk-in closet with double doors, and it's got racks for everything. You hear what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
got racks for everything. And when they come in and they talk about us having Trump derangement syndrome, and Snuggles is a prime example of this. They'll accuse us of having Trump derangement syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
but then Snuggles will be the first one to go, well, what about when Bill Clinton did this? Oh, so you got Bill Clinton derangement syndrome.
Mm.
What about when Hillary Clinton did this?
Bill
Oh, so you
Clinton.
got Hillary Clinton derangement syndrome. Bill Clinton ain't been president in what, 23 years now?
Mm.
But you want to go all the way back to Bill Clinton. And I always tell him, I said, look, one, another lie he told when he said, if I lose to Biden, now I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just leave the country. So
Right.
he lied about that.
Mm.
We were hoping to God
Yeah.
he was going to follow through on something,
Mm.
which he never did.
Never
Um,
did.
and here we are today, to this very day, the speech that he gave at Mar lockup,
Wow.
talking about how the election was stolen from him again.
Again and again and again.
And he keeps talking about it. And he's a candidate, could quite possibly be the Republican nominee front runner
Mm.
for the 2024 presidential election. Don't we have the right to talk about and discuss our political candidates, especially for the presidency? This ain't got
Absolutely.
nothing to do with Trump derangement syndrome. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this: I don't hate nobody. Hate
Thank
to me
you.
is a very strong word, okay? And
Absolutely.
I don't want to go to my grave with that kind of word in my heart, right? And
Right.
we
That's a
don't
strong word, if you ask me. It's a
it
very,
very
very strong.
yes. And me, we don't know how much time we got left on this mortal coil.
We don't.
In any one of us, something could happen to any single one of us right now. I don't want to go to my grave with no hate in my heart.
Not
So
at
I
all.
don't hate Donald Trump,
Nope.
but
Let's
I
clear
do
that up right now today. We don't hate him.
but I do dislike him very strongly.
Mm.
And that I will say.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's always with the Trump derangement syndrome. Like another thing they'll bring up. Oh, well, what about Tara Reid and Joe Biden all the way
Right.
back in 1993?
Right.
That oh man, okay. Check my math on this. If we go from 23 to 2003,
Right.
and then we go from 2003 to 1993, that's 20 years.
20 years. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And wasn't that case thrown out of court because Tara Reid herself was found to be a non-credible witness, not only by her own defense attorney but the prosecutor?
Mm.
But that's the only thing you have on Joe Biden is Tara Reid. That's it. If
That's
he's if
crazy
he's
world.
some if he's some big outlandish P3DO,
Mm.
where's all those court cases? Give me one of those docket numbers.
where are the docket numbers?
Give me just a single one of them.
Huh?
And this is why I don't follow Snuggles. Okay,
Oh, you
he
gave up on it.
he he's just completely too disingenuous.
Mm. Nasty.
He's disingenuous, and I can't. I just don't. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I will say this on Snuggles' behalf. He does seem like a pretty decent guy to hang out
He
with.
is.
Okay, I don't hold any ill will towards him, and
Right.
I'm sure if we were in a bar somewhere, we could sit down and enjoy a beer together and have a good conversation.
Absolutely.
But I can't stand disingenuous people. And
Yeah.
when he starts talking about Tara Reid, or he says, well, Donald Trump
Had
hasn't
to.
been convicted of anything, but he just knew Joe Biden was guilty of helping Vladimir Putin traffic children from Ukraine to Russia. He just knew he was guilty of that. And then when you ask him for the docket number, well, Mr. Swirvin, what you have to understand is there has no, dude, come on, man. You're being disingenuous now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I was in the lives, and I'm going to make a rule for myself. I just, if you ask me a question and I can't even answer it, and I'm going to get reported, why go up in the box?
I'll just tell you, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I've also said the stuff that I do know, I don't want anybody on this app to believe me. Don't ever believe one thing that I tell you. If
Right.
you hear me tell you something, go look it up for yourself and do your own research.
Look it up. Do your own research. And when you say do your own research, let me ask you some questions. Does research from your friend sending you TikTok links count?
No, no, no. Well, theoretically, you could get a link from one of your TikTok friends,
Okay.
and inside that is a video plays, and inside that video there could be a newspaper article or a
Okay.
website to where you could, and then you go from there and you look up that website,
Yes.
or you go find the news article,
Okay. So
and
you hear
that's
that? You hear that, my friends out on the right, the Trump supporters. If you get a link on TikTok, that's not the research. You got to go further.
you always have to go further. And
Thank you.
I'll Zeus, I'll give the folks listening another piece of advice, because they always accuse us of watching CNN, right?
Right.
I I haven't watched I haven't watched CNN or Fox News. I haven't watched anything. I read. Okay. And
Mm.
when I get up in the morning, I take the dogs out, I fix their food, I make
Yeah.
my coffee, and then I sit on my porch for a good hour and I read.
Wow.
Reuters, CNN,
Yep.
Fox News, OAN,
Hmm.
Newsmax, AP, Steve
Independent.
Bannon show. What's that
Breitbart.
Breitbart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read
Hi,
Breitbart.
Megan.
I
Yeah.
read everything. So a lot of times when I ask a question,
Hi,
depending
Megan.
on the answer they give me, I already know where they read it at or
Hmm.
where they saw it.
Yes. That's why, that's how you can be, as knowledgeable and as versed as you are. And, when you end up in these conversations, you don't have to just default to the insults and the name calling, right? Because
Exactly.
you don't have that many weaknesses in your argument. But if you find you're out here name calling and yelling and insulting people, this to me is evidence that perhaps you're just not fit for the job.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, Zeus. Way back 3 4 years ago, man, brother, when I first got on TikTok, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was that guy. I
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was that guy. I was that
Wow.
guy who would yell. My wife would come running downstairs and,
Wow.
Daryl, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. You need to calm down. You about to
Yeah.
have a stroke. Knock it off. Right?
You about to have a stroke. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
she was that concerned.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've
And
seen it.
I
Not
just
you, but with other people.
oh yeah, yeah. And
And
we
I've
we
been
could sit
there.
here. Zeus, be honest, man. We could sit here, brother, and we could call each other names till the cows come home. That's
Yep.
real,
That's real.
you know. But what is that going to really get us?
Nothing.
What I try to do is the same thing you try to do: bring the truth,
Mm-hmm.
educate.
Mm. Glenn, he's not wrong. He's right. He's telling the truth. Glenn, listen up. You could
And,
learn something.
and if you're bringing the truth
Yeah.
and you're trying to educate, you help
Correct.
you help people learn. And learning, I could easily say for me, for someone like me, learning is fundamental.
Yeah.
For some of them, learning is not fun and it's purely mental because they don't want to learn. They're what I call headline hoochies.
Mm-hmm.
They just read a
Headline hooch.
headline. I remember a couple years ago they read a headline:
Uh-huh.
Joe Biden giving $450,000 to every immigrant coming across the border.
Right.
And I was like, well, what is this all about? So I went
Mm-hmm.
and read. I started doing my research.
Right.
And what we discovered was the US government was being sued by
Oh.
families of immigrants who had actually
Oh.
been separated from their children at the border, and children who had been
Oh.
separated from their parents. They were suing the federal
Oh.
government because they can no longer find some of these children or some of these parents.
So the
And
plot
that's why
thickens.
it just amazes me. I'm like, okay, that's another headline hoochie.
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who continue to say, I've heard this content before, you know what? This message isn't for you. Simple. This is for those who have ears to hear. If you read the Bible, it's the same word every day. It don't change. So all you're really saying is he's being consistent. Ain't that what we want? Consistency. Sorry, Swirvin. Please continue bringing that
No, you're
truth.
fine. You're fine, brother. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be up here on Mount Olympus again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and it just I mean, from a humanity standpoint, just being human, I feel bad for some of these folks
Mm.
because they've been called cultists.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I've even called them cultists. And the running joke is, what's the difference between Donald Trump and Jim Jones? Well, Donald Trump would have charged them for the Kool-Aid before they had to drink it, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't be
But
laughing at that, but that's actually kind of hilarious
it is hilarious. And
and
you know
sad.
what? It's sad. Yes, that's the point I'm getting at. It's sad. It's sad because I've had people tell me, Zeus, hey, where's your Joe Biden T-shirt? Joe Biden didn't need me to buy a T-shirt. The only support Joe Biden needed from me was my vote, and it
Mm,
didn't cost me a dime.
mm. You hear that?
That,
You hear
that
that?
that's the plain truth of it.
Is there anybody out here that supports President Biden and owns Biden gear that could come up in this box today and show us what this opposite Trump supporter looks like? Because I've never seen it.
I do know a couple of people that have a Biden Harris hat.
Well, that a hat is and gear is different. I'm talking about people with their trucks painted Biden,
Oh
shirt,
yeah,
hat, Biden, profile, all blacked out President Biden. I need to see such an individual.
got Joe Biden's face on a Punisher mask.
Woo, that
You
is
know, I
hilarious.
I actually had somebody yesterday try to make a comparison to Donald Trump and Patrick Swayze in
What?
Roadhouse. And I said, dude, are you telling us right now you have a picture of Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse with Donald Trump's face on it? Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, then why would you make that analogy? Like, Donald Trump is Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse now. First he was Rambo,
Mm.
Like, where does it? You know, then the NFT cards came out, and we're supposed to believe that he's an astronaut
Wow. Well,
or a
you know,
Texas.
what do you think about this?
I just
Uh,
don't get it, man.
what do you think about this? You know, while we're talking about Trump, what do you think about
Oh my god.
that?
Oh my god. Oh man, that's sacrilege.
Is
What?
it safe to
What?
say this is accurate? I'm gonna let that sit there for a second.
Why is the tie so long? Like the tie drops all the way down past his crotch.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get a bottle of water. And I'll
oh
be right
my,
back. But please keep talking about it.
oh man, what? Like, where do you? Oh my god, where do you even find something like that? What did they nail him up there with? Some French fries? I just, Lord have mercy. I'm, I'm just the first thing that stuck out to me.
Okay. I think it's safe to say they get the point, right?
The first thing that stuck out to me was the length of that tie. That's all I'm saying.
Look at him. He looks like he's paying the ultimate price for something.
Oh man, yeah, the ultimate price for a supersized meal.
Yeah. Ah, that's hilarious.
Zeus the McRib is back. Okay.
Yes.
We love the McRib. I followed it all over the country when I was president. It was
Bad.
it was pressed pork with some great sauce and pickles. We love pickles, don't we, Zeus? We love the pickles. Okay, come on. We love pickles.
Wow.
I
Wow.
remember I had a dog once when I was a kid. His name was Pickle.
Yeah. Now, did you think you would ever see somebody trying to create a picture like that of President Biden?
No, no,
Nope.
no. And I've never seen people create pictures like we've seen the goofy memes of all of our presidents. Let's be
True.
real,
Let's be
right?
honest. Yep.
But we've never seen anything like that where they try to portray him to be some kind of Lord and Savior. There was one picture floating around a while back just before the election where he was sitting at a dinner table and it
Right.
was supposedly Jesus Christ with his hands on his shoulders. And they circulated oh, look at Jesus taking care of our president.
Right.
Jesus has his hands on our president. But if you look really closely at that picture, you discover something pretty gross. It's actually Charles Manson.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
that was Charles Manson. And
Wow.
I would like to remind everyone Jesus is not white. Jesus ain't white. Jesus was born in the Middle East. If he'd have been white, that would have been his first miracle right there. I mean, I'm keeping it 100 with you, you know.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
they circulate these pictures. They make these memes. Um, they're sitting in their computers at their computers all day and trying to come up with the next great thing that they can put his face on. You got your Trump plates and dishes and silverware and speedos and shoes and socks and little vests that you can wrap your dogs up in and all of this other garbage.
Right.
No other president has ever done this. Okay.
None. None. Even Trump, after getting arrested, within hours, he's selling shirts with his fake mugshot.
Yeah, money, money, and it's and this is what I would really like the Trump supporters to think about for a moment. Just think about this for 1
Please give
minute.
it some thought.
You had Lindsey Graham, who's been screaming for the past year and a half about how bad inflation in this country had gotten.
Right.
Yet there he sat on television telling you to send all your money to Donald Trump to help him fight this, right? Then you have Donald Trump, who made the announcement on Truth Social saying
Wow.
he was going to be arrested and indicted. And within 24 hours, people gave this man $1.5 million dollars or $1.4 million dollars
Yeah.
within 24 hours.
I saw that. I was concerned. I'm
He's
like,
up, and I think he's up to like 6 or 7 million now.
wow. Wow.
People are still giving him money. So, one, Think about why a billionaire needs your money. You would never hear Jeff Bezos come on TV and say, "Hey, I need another luxury yacht," to where they're going to have to take out a piece of a bridge just to get it out of the building bay. Um, so yes, send me $1. Every Amazon customer out there, send me $1 so we can pay for this and get me selling around the world. No,
Yeah.
no, they don't do that. Donald Trump sure as hell told you though, hey, I got to get this jet up and running. Send me money.
Mm,
So
he did.
why, if inflation is so bad, if you're out there screaming about the price of eggs
The
and you're screaming
eggs,
about the price of gas,
gas.
stop sending people your money. The
Stop it.
only people you should be
Streets,
sending your money to right now
streets.
is the courts, or not the courts. You should be sending your money to your mortgage company or
Paying
your
that rent.
rental office,
Yep.
the electric company, your cable company, and whoever else you have bills to pay with. Those are the only people you should be
That's it.
sending your money to.
That's it. Don't give away your hard-earned money and then get out here on TikTok, put your kickstand down in someone's live and start huffing and puffing about how terrible the economy is while you're giving away your 401k, your 402k, your 404ks to former President Trump. Okay, I'm not buying it. Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying it. It's a good investment. Oh God. I'm done. So it's a good investment to invest in
Right,
Trump.
Zeus.
I can't. You can't make this up.
I read another article.
Jeez.
I read another article, Zeus, about 2 nights ago
Mm-hmm.
about how a guy he withdrew $250,000 from his 401k
Well, he
and
must have
sent
been
it to.
rolling it
And this
over
this
into another investment, right?
well, no, this was from long ago during the Stop the Steal campaign
Right.
after Trump lost the election when he grifted people for $250 million.
Right.
This person withdrew $250,000. He took a hardship withdrawal from his 401k,
I shouldn't laugh.
$250,000, and sent it to the Stop the Steal campaign. And I'm sitting there, and me and my wife are talking about it. She goes, Daryl,
I
you know
hate
I
that.
love you, right? I said, yeah, I
It
know. She said, if you took $2.50 out of your 401k and sent it to any politician, we're gonna have a major problem.
meltdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
they just don't get it, Zeus. I don't that's what's sad to me.
mhm. it is sad, but it's eye opening in a way as well. You're like, you're complaining about Biden ruining the economy, and in the same breath, you're openly sharing with us that you're giving away all your money to Trump.
Yeah, yeah.
You
There
ought to be
was
ashamed.
you know who Jordan Klepper is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Jordan Klepper interviewed this kid. Well, he's probably about 24, 25 years old. And when Jordan Klepper caught up to this kid, he was wearing like four Trump hats on top of one another.
Jeez, how much do those hats
He
cost?
he was draped in a Trump flag, wearing a Trump T-shirt, and he had on Trump shorts with some socks, with some Trump socks, um,
This hat-
and he had wrote Trump across the top of his white Adidas. Okay, and so Jordan asked him. He said, "What do you think the number one problem is in this country?" Oh, well, it's definitely inflation.
you,
Really, really, what's wrong with inflation? Oh man, you look at these gas price and grocery price. I can barely afford the gas, but to get around to these rallies, this is like my third or fourth Trump rally I've been to.
right.
And Jordan asked him, he said, all that stuff you're wearing, how much was that? Oh, easily 2 grand or some, I don't know. He gave some ridiculous number. And
Two.
Jordan goes, so inflation is about, you got all this Trump gear.
Wow.
You're wearing all of this stuff. Could you, could you have possibly spent your money on gas and maybe stayed home and kept your job and stayed working? And no, man, we got to follow Trump. We got to follow the king where he goes. I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy.
Mm,
And
mm-mm.
those are the individuals, unfortunately, that we are dealing with.
Wow. I don't want to hear the excuses after I just heard this story from Brother Swirvin telling us God's honest truth about what some of these folks out here who support Donald J. Trump is doing. And they're using the money that they claim they get from working hard. I'm assuming you got it legitimately. And you're turning around and tearing off Trump, a billionaire, some of your hard earned money. And then you sit at home
Hmm.
watching Fox News and wonder why you're upset about not
And
having.
Zeus, I would even say this to them. Okay, they absolutely have the right to support whoever they want to support. If you want to support Donald Trump,
Yeah.
then you support Donald Trump.
Hi, Angela.
You
Yeah.
you let the Trump you let your Trump freak flag fly. Okay? But you don't need to spend your hard-earned money to do that. Because
He,
the only support Donald Trump needs from you is your vote.
thank
That's
you.
it. He
And
doesn't
that and he
need $50.
and that's Swerving giving you some game right there that he didn't have to. So obviously he cares about you and your right to vote. He's not trying to tell. We're not trying to tell you don't go out and do your
Exactly.
thing, but be mindful of why you're in the situation you're in. It's fiscally irresponsible for you to put your family at risk financially by giving away your money to these politicians that do not have your best interests at heart, number one, and they don't need your money.
And you, again, Zeus, even if you do feel they do have your best, if you feel Donald Trump has your best interest at heart,
Right?
you go and support him.
Go
But
ahead.
you shouldn't be paying to go see him speak at a rally.
Nope.
You shouldn't be paying for that.
Don't go take time off of your job and go stand outside and protest him getting arrested. You're turning your back on your bread. You
Right.
should be at work. He does not
So
need you to go out there and risk your financial security, your financial freedom on his behalf. Be
not
responsible,
just
folks.
not just your financial freedom, your freedom period.
Mm, yeah.
Because we've already seen how that can go.
Now,
Go and support the man. Get
yes.
on TikTok, support the man. Get on Facebook, support the man. You know, Facebook is free. You
Yeah.
you could be on Facebook all day long supporting the man, right? Nobody's gonna be mad at you,
Yeah.
but just don't be giving up your money to someone who's constantly claiming to be a billionaire, but he always needs your money. I just don't understand that logical mentality.
Neither do I. Now, brother Swervin, I think
Thank you, sir.
I've been in the closet of truth too long, and I know
All
these
right, my
folks.
friend, I get it.
You know what we got to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back later today to bring more truth. Hopefully, folks like Brother Swervin will be able to continue to bring this message. We can't stay long because we know what comes with that. So, until
Well,
next time, everyone, take care. Later,
Zeus,
brothers.
you have a good one, and you keep holding it down on Mount Olympus, my friend. And I'll see you again soon. Okay.
All right, you too. Take care.